is a time when it can be hard to see the light. Many of us, from all of our different places, wherever we call home, whether we are rabbis here in Israel or in North America, in Europe, in South America, we all have our challenges and our darkness to be dealing with. Some of them are the same. Some of them are different. But we all find ourselves reaching for a dream of something lighter and something better so that we can change the reality. So too, as we envisioned this conference, we felt this was a model for our movement. That we could base our movement, just like the land of Israel, from similar times, was based on this dream of a different kind of Judaism, based in tradition, based on evolution of practice and ideas. And so too, in all different ways, in all of our different places, that dream has encountered difficult realities. And we find ourselves grasping to dream again. This circle I just witnessed, that beautiful singing from pain and darkness, was a dream of light that I will carry with me for the rest of my life, I guess. Certainly when I go back to New York and I share these experiences with my congregation, my family, we now need to find that bridge between the dream and the reality, to make that connection from what we experienced here to a better world out there. So where do we find that bridge? Well, the Gemara in Shabbat is not the only place where the Talmud talks about Hanukkah. We also find the teaching of Hanukkah in Avodah Zarah. It's talking about the dates of the festivals, and they're trying to explain why Hanukkah falls at the darkest time of the year. And we're taught, Lefi shera'a Adam harishon, when Adam saw that the first man saw that the days were getting shorter, he thought that great catastrophe was upon him, and he said, "Woe is me! Perhaps because I sin, this world has become dark around me and will ultimately return to the primordial state of chaos and disorder. This is the death that was sentenced for me from heaven." But of course, days passed, and they started getting longer again. And when Adam HaRishon saw, after the season of Tevet, after the winter solstice, that the days were going progressively longer again, he said, clearly the days become shorter and then longer, and this is the order of the world. And he observed a festival. On the 8 days he had fasted to repent for what he thought were his sins, and then a festival of lights on the 8 days, when he could recognize the days getting longer again. That bridge between darkness and light is light itself. That bridge between the reality we are experiencing, the darkness in our hearts and in our heads and in our perceptions of the world, to the world as we want it to be, to the world as we dream it, it is a bridge of light. Just like the bridges with your beautiful pictures on them from our first day. I don't know if you noticed, but the bridge is made up of 3 Chanukiot. You'll see it at the end. You come to look, I promise it's true. And when we're finished in just a couple of minutes, you're invited to take your art back with you. The bridge will have to be made of new dreams and new pictures for the future. Just like our dreams, right? We only get to keep little pieces of them. The dreams are fleeting, but we take shreds of them home and bring them forward with hope and with optimism. And that is the dream of Hanukkah. That's how it relates to the dream of Shabbat, right? It's a dream of a better world, a lighter world, a brighter world. And where does that brightness come from? As Rav David Hartman taught about the first day of Hanukkah, right? Why is the first day of Hanukkah, why is there a candle for? We should have 7 candles. There was 1 cruse of oil. The cruse of oil should last for a day. So only 7 of those days are miracles. Why do we light 8 candles? Rabbi Hartman said, the miracle of the first candle is that even knowing they only had 1 cruse of oil, the Maccabees had the faith and the optimism and were able to dream of miracles, and therefore they lit the menorah in the Beit HaMikdash, and the miracle is their faith, their emunah, that if they worked to bring light, that eventually that light would take hold and that light would last. That is the celebration of Hanukkah. And that is the hope of light and the dreams of a better reality that we wish that you will take home with you from this conference. It is why you have little cruises of oil. Okay, they're bottles of oil. But how often do you get to use the word cruise? So you have little cruises of oil on your tables. That's for you to take back to your communities. And when you light a Hanukkah at home, we hope you'll light with this oil. And we hope that all of us will remember that we are all lighting with the same oil, that we're all lighting with the same dreams, that we're all lighting with the same good oil to make good light.